Okay, I think we're far enough in. Hopefully, everyone is settled and ready for a good conversation on AI prompts. This is something that we've put into place in our business. Having a good framework to leverage when asking AI for something is invaluable. It has been amazing. The type of results that we're getting now, how quickly we're getting results back from AI. So it's become pretty clear very quickly that having the right prompt will save you a ton of time and stress and energy. So we're going to go through that today. We're going to go through 99 AI power prompts, and we will give you your own toolkit that you'll be able to take away from this and leverage to use on your own in your day-to-day. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So what we'll do today is go through a slide deck that just to lay the foundation, to go through some of the key points about how it's being used currently and how you can use it in your business. And then a lot of the time we're going to be spending in the actual AI tools using these documents and files. So let's jump in and go through. Okay, so the design build marketing, we do digital marketing for home services, and we're going to be building out your prompt toolkit, your prompt library, whatever you would like to call that, having a bunch of these prompts ready and available to use. So we're going to go through our approach very quickly, kind of how we go about marketing for our clients, the opportunity with AI. We'll go through the challenges that people are running into with it, the solution, kind of how you can use it to your benefit, complementary tools, and then we'll jump into a quick workshop to go through how to use these things once you customize them. Okay, so our approach. So every client is a little bit different with regards to their presence and their budget and kind of their goals. So our ideal client wants to do as many of these things as possible. Now, budget usually limits that, so we do focus on what we have the budget to do as well as the capacity to handle in terms of lead flow. But this is a quick overview of the different types of marketing that we do for our clients depending on their goals and their budget. The more of these we can do, the better we're going to solidify your brand in the marketplace. So we love when clients let us do all of their marketing and market them on all of the different channels so that everywhere their market sees them, they think this is the company that I want to work with. Okay, so when we look at the ways, the three key pillars that we look at to drive growth are driving leads, maximizing conversions, and then optimizing results. A little quick deeper into each of those. So driving leads primarily through organic SEO, paid ads, and database, which would be past clients, past leads. Maximizing conversions means when people find you, let's make sure that they find all of the information that puts their mind at ease and allows them to contact you knowing and trusting you're going to do a good job for them. That means having a positive experience on the website. That means having Google reviews or other platforms where you have enough reviews to really document your performance. And then automation to make sure that we're converting people quickly when those leads come into our system. Lastly, optimize results. Let's make sure that we are tracking where the money coming in is coming from. If we have campaigns that are working on Facebook but not Google, then we want to make sure that we're prioritizing the right platform or vice versa. So we look at all of these things ongoing to make sure that we know where the money is best being spent. And then another quick way that we look at marketing for a business is we look at the R4 framework, which is we want to have a foundation of being responsive, have a reputation that puts people's mind at ease and lets them trust you. We want to work on referrals to make sure we maximize those relationships. And then reach is reaching out and finding new contacts within your market, which is the primary focus people have when they come talk to us is bring me more leads. But we also want to make sure we have these other things in place, because if we are bringing in new leads and you don't have a system to be responsive, if you don't have a good reputation, those efforts are not going to be as productive and fruitful. So we want to make sure we lay a good foundation so that when we bring you leads, we have the ability to convert as many of those as possible. And this is how we look at that model, that structure. Okay, so opportunity. So the opportunity in AI is significant. So the biggest thing that we look at is more effective marketing. There are 3 places. Lead generation, we increase with lead generation by using AI. Website conversions, people using AI will increase the conversion rate on their websites. And lastly, the engagement rates. So using AI in marketing leads to more effective marketing and better results. So AI is here. There is significant adoption. 36% of small businesses already use it, and another 25 to 30 will use it next year. Significant benefit. So 83% of businesses who've adopted it report already seeing value from it, and then significant advantage. Over half of the small businesses believe AI will give them an advantage when it comes to being competitive in their marketplace. So AI is here. People understand that now, and they are starting to get to use it. And we'll go through in a few minutes the challenges with that. But for now, when we look at AI, we have the ability to use the tools in business and marketing strategy, content creation, research and analysis, and even operations and administration. So there is a broad range of things that we can use AI for, a lot more than most people think of when they first start to consider it. The challenge. So the things that keep people from getting started with AI, we have found it's intimidating to get started. And when we do get started, sometimes we get poor results when we first begin. And that's one of the big things we're looking at today, covering both of these things. Getting a structure in place where you have a library of prompts will be extremely valuable and helpful when you do want to get started and jump in. Make sure you're more productive and you kind of have the tools to be effective. So the most common challenges: people feel overwhelmed by technology, 81% feeling overwhelmed by AI technology. Now, the people who do implement AI with prompt templates feel 62% of them have a higher level of confidence. Unclear instructions, 67% cite unclear instructions as their biggest challenge. And then inconsistent results. If you're not having good prompts in place, you're not going to get consistent results, and that leads most people to being frustrated. So most common challenges with AI are feeling overwhelmed, unclear instructions, and inconsistent results. So the barriers or the challenges in using them are perceived complexity, time constraints, clear use cases, and being overwhelmed by options. Things are changing so quickly. So these are the things that really present barriers for people when it comes to jumping in and getting started. All right, so the solution. The solution here we're looking at with using AI more effectively is well-structured prompts. So with well-structured prompts, you have a faster ROI, you have improved accuracy with your output, and we have increased speed in terms of getting that output. So faster ROI, we are up to 3 times faster getting return on investment when people use prompt libraries. Improved accuracy, study found that people using structured AI prompts increased accuracy by around 28%, and then increased speed. Businesses using well-crafted prompts see up to 40% reduction in content creation time. So faster ROI, improved accuracy, and increased speed. So some pretty significant benefits when it comes to using structured prompts. So the key steps in terms of getting started with these. We recommend starting with identifying your use cases. Where exactly in your business do you have an opportunity to use AI? Creating a business profile we'll go into here in a few minutes. This is a critical aspect. It really gives you a fundamental baseline for a starting point when you get engaged with AI. Creating a prompt library. These are the 2 things. The business profile and the prompt library are basically going to be your toolkit. Every time you ask AI for something, you want to attach your business profile so it knows everything about you, everything about your client, and it has a very good background. And then the prompt library makes sure that you have a clear and concise and thorough prompt that you are communicating to the tool when you ask for something. So these are the two really critical core components in terms of actually using it. Now, continuing to practice and improve, you'll get better and better as you practice. So like anything else, we definitely recommend continuing to iterate and get better. Okay, so tools of the trade. When it comes to using AI, there are a variety of ways to do it. The easiest ways are using the chat interface tools. Those can be in a browser or they can be in an app. Some of these tools will be a chat app. I'll show you those in a little bit. But ChatGPT is the big one. However, personally, I use ChatGPT less and less these days. I am using Claude typically when it comes to writing longer form content like blogs or even some of the social posts we do. Gemini is good if you're within Google and you are looking for something in your Drive, or if you want to summarize your some of your files and data that are in your Drive repository. Gemini can be great because it's just integrated there. And then a couple that are really becoming more and more popular are Perplexity and Grok. Grok has access to all of the Twitter or X chat posts. So it has a very real-time reference point for what's going on in the marketplace today, as well as the traditional kind of general information online. Perplexity is the same thing. Perplexity can answer questions that are pretty much what was the score of the game yesterday. Traditionally, they are catching up, but traditionally ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, these tools have been months behind in terms of current information. They have built their models on data that are 6 months up to 18 months old, so they are a little bit dated. Sometimes Perplexity and Grok are more real term. So when it comes to image creation, this is one of the areas that was a little lacking early on. The tools now can create some phenomenal images. So ChatGPT's version of image creation is DALL-E. You can ask right within ChatGPT if you want. It will kind of initiate DALL-E, but that is the tool that they use for image creation. Another one is Flux. Flux is a tool that is, each of these tools are good for different use cases. Just like the chat interfaces, Grok and Perplexity are real-time. Flux versus DALL-E, there are use cases that are better for each of these. Ideogram and Leonardo are a couple others that are pretty well known as well. So again, there's a variety of tools. There are far more than the ones I've listed, but these are some of the larger ones, and personally some of the best ones that we've found in marketing use cases. All right, so those are the tools of the trades with regards to tools and sources that we can offer. We do have the ability to offer a couple complimentary things for anyone considering doing these things on their own. We have 99 Power AI prompts. You're going to get copies of these today. We have both a PDF version that looks great, and then we have a Google Sheets version that is a little bit easier to use in terms of find and replace and things like that to replace our variables that we've put in there. So that'll lay the foundation and give you a good starting point for a library. Business Profile Builder, we offer this online. We'll get you a link to that as well, but that will be a place where you can enter all of the information about your business, and it will return the information that you can use for your business profile ongoing. We also offer a full marketing audit. So here is a quick view of the Power AI prompts. This is going to be what we'll go through a little bit here today. And here's the Business Profile Builder, just a couple screenshots. There are a few more screens, but this kind of shows you the information that we would want to gather. We want to know where you're serving clients. We want to know what your company values are, number of employees, what processes do you have in place to deliver services, what colors, what fonts. These types of things will be great pieces of information to give the tools every time you want to ask it for something. It needs to know who you are, what you do, what makes you special, and very importantly, who your ideal clients are. So it knows who is speaking, essentially, because it's speaking on your behalf, right? It's writing you content, and it is writing for somebody, right? Who do you communicate with? So the more you can give the tool about your business and about your clients, the better off it is going to be in terms of getting you good quality content when you make requests. So this is an online free tool that you can go use. You just go through this little quick survey. There are probably 40 questions or so. And then if you don't have any of these, you just leave it blank. Many of them we will actually return a suggestion Based on all of the other things, if you don't have a mission or vision, we will return a suggestion for you based on all the other information you provide. So this is a great way to ensure all of the information is captured. It kind of fills in the blanks you have, returns the output to you in an email in a very easy format to kind of copy and paste and save as a PDF. And then it gives it to you immediately so you can start using it right away. So for that, you can go to go.designbuildmarketing.com/business profile, and you'll be able to fill out the form and get that immediately. And then lastly, a marketing audit. So we go through, this is how we begin an engagement with a client. We want to start with understanding exactly what you're doing in the market today, what your goals are for growth, for new client acquisition. And then based on your goals, we will come back with an audit, findings from an audit, as well as recommendations for how we would be able to serve you should you want to hire us to run marketing for you. But either way, coming out of that free marketing audit, you will find out a great deal of information about your current state as well as areas of opportunity. Then whether you want us to do that or whether you want to take that information and go do it, either way, that's certainly fine. But the marketing audit is a place that gives us a good structured foundation from which to start. All right, so let's go in and look at kind of a live demo. So we can kind of go through how we use these tools. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with showing you our business profile. So I'm going to show you how we have ours structured. And again, if you come to the website, you'll be able to do this for yourself and create one for your business. But I'll show you our document, and then I'll show you how we use that when we call on one of the AI tools. And then from there, I'm going to open up. And the reason I'll start with this is because the business profile is foundational. This is a really valuable tool that really, again, kind of lays the foundation in terms of the system, knowing who you are and who you're marketing to. So starting with the business profile tool is a good place to start. Then from there, what we're going to do is go in and look at how to customize all of these prompts to be customize them for your business. So from there, we'll go back and we'll go through how to use the prompt tool. So with that, let's jump in and get started. We'll save this out of the way. All right. So I'm going to pull up Okay, so you can see here I have one for a client as well. So specialty, I've got here is our DB, so design build marketing is DBM. So this is our PDF document. Now I have this saved in a Google Doc, so whenever I want to use it, I just attach it as a PDF though. But if I want to audit or if I want to update this, I would go do that in the Google Docs. So this shows what ours looks like. So this is our profile. So again, this is going to be read by the AI tool every time we want to make a request. So this talks about what we are, what we do, who we are, what we do, primary services, our location, target market, years in business, mission, vision, tagline, processes. So this goes through how we go through with an engagement with somebody. It goes through our safe and sound agreement plan. So this is very valuable information because when we ask the tool to provide social content, blog content, anything else that we're going to put in front of potential clients, we want to make sure that it knows to highlight our safe and sound agreement plan when it's appropriate. We want to make sure that the system knows that we are professional but fun without being too stiff or formal. So It used to be that I would type this in every time that I wanted to make a request. I would say, I run a digital marketing agency, and I am now asking you to do this. Well, as you can tell, this is 5 pages of text. So this is differentiators, competitive landscape. This goes on and on. So you can imagine me trying to type this in every time is tedious to say the least. So when I want to use the tools, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Claude. So Claude is the tool that I use for most of our blog content, our long form is what we would call it. So for long form content, it used to be I run a digital marketing agency. I need help. So as you can imagine, this just becomes, again, very, very tedious. So I'm attaching my business profile, and I need your help creating a blog on topic, whatever that might be. Now, it has my business information. I'm going to attach it now. So now I have this, so it's scanning it and knows all about my business now, as much as I've told it. So now it knows my business and my client. And the key part now, in terms of being thorough, is to explain what I want for the specific request. Meaning, in this case, I want a blog. Well, what kind of blog? What length do I want it to be? What are the key aspects of what I want in that blog? And anything else that is important, right? What do I want to have happen as a result of this blog? Do I want to educate somebody and not really have a call to action? Or am I really writing this blog to get somebody to make contact with us, right? So there's a use case for both. Most of the time my clients say, I just want people to contact me, but we also need educational content that really supports you in terms of making you an authority and a trusted business within the marketplace. So there are times where we need both. So again, we want to make sure that we're clear on what exactly we're looking for, and then what we want to do with the information, what we're looking for in terms of an outcome when we publish the content or use this tool, whenever. So in this case, one of the other key things that that I often recommend is to break down large requests into smaller bite-sized chunks. So AI is extremely intelligent. Obviously, it has pretty much all of the information on the internet. So these tools are extremely versed and intelligent, so to speak. However, they do have a limited, what you might call short-term memory. So if you ask this to do a large blog and you needed to go do research and you have this big long list of things that you want it to do, it is going to be limited in the depth and the quality of the output it's going to give you, because you're asking it to do a lot of different things in one request. If you ask the system to give you a list of 10 topics regarding, home services of some type, and then you choose a topic from those 10 topics that it gave you, and you say, I want an outline for this topic, and then you have that outline. Now you can modify the outline a little bit to make sure that it is kind of dialed in on what you want. You may have some sections that you take out of the outline. So you can then ask it to write content for each section individually, because you're then going to be asking it a very specific focused topic or section of the blog, and it will give you much better content for that section than it would for the entire blog. So again, it just makes it easier if you break it down into bite-sized chunks, because it allows you to kind of iterate and get better before going all the way through the workflow. You may not want half of the topics that it was going to include in the blog. If you have it do the outline to begin with, you can get rid of those or replace those sections of the blog that you wouldn't want anyway. So it really helps in terms of quality output. It also helps in terms of getting the output dialed in kind of along the way, so you have a better result in that standpoint as well. Okay, so this is how we would go about structuring the actual prompt. attach the profile. We list the topic. In this case, can you provide 10 blog topics related to a kitchen remodeling. So it's going to give me 10 topics. And again, from there, I would say, after it gave me the list, I would choose the ones that I want. I might have it give me a name for the blog. Again, I would go through the iterative process of asking it over and over again to give us content that we want. So I'm not going to go through that over and over again, but you can see here we do have different styles. Each of these they also have different models. So each of these models are better at different things. 3.5 Sonnet was their previous one. Now they upgraded to 3.7. So again, they have a variety of different things that you can do. So that gives a good feel for kind of how we use the business profile when we're asking for information from either Claude, ChatGPT, or any of the other platforms. So hopefully that helps give you the framework. I am going to also show what the form looks like. So this is the form that we mentioned. So again, we're going to start with name, company name. It's going to take you through each of those different sections that I mentioned. It's going to ask for your history, your years in business, your employees. It's going to ask for your taglines, all of those things. And then what it's going to do is it's going to generate it's going to send you an email. The email is going to be structured like this. It's going to have the company overview, brand information, services, and expertise. This is copy from the email, paste it into Google Doc, or print it straight to a PDF. So again, that way you have an easy document to attach. You certainly could copy and paste this every time, but I've found that it's much easier to attach a document. So your choice, but again, this tool will walk you through that, ask you for the information, send you an email with the data that you can save off to use every time that you want to make a request. Okay, so So here is here's the ebook. So I'm going to show you what this looks like quickly. So again, this is a much more presentable, much more aesthetically appealing version. You can see here we have it broken out into different sections. We have the kind of the specific topic. Right now we're in brand identity. So brand identity, like messaging guidelines, mission and vision, icons, style guide, tone of voice. These are prompts that are going to give you information to develop your brand identity. So you can see from here we move into strategy. So from here we have strategy on digital marketing plan, content marketing, lead generation, webinar series, on and on. So these are broken out into these different sections, and then within each of those we have different topics. So you'll see here we have company name, who you are and who you work with. These are oftentimes going to be provided by the business profile document. If you have that, you wouldn't need to do some of these things, but we left them in this format in case you don't have the profile. But again, this is going to give you a great framework to start with. Once we go from strategy, we go into email marketing, we go into social media, whether that's Instagram, LinkedIn, hashtags, so much more information here, and then I'm going to go through, and I'm going to go through each one of these here today. But again, you will have this version, and then in addition, we will also get you a version of this in the Google Sheet. So in a Google Sheet, this is going to be something where you can find and replace, right? So, company name, and then you can do the replace with, right? So design, build, marketing, and then I can replace all. So this is going to be a way where you can just really convert these to my business, and then from there you probably want to come in and update these to be a little bit more specific to your business. If you want to remove some of the pieces about mission or vision, or if you do the business profile, you can get rid of the USP that will be in the business profile. The avatar will be in the business profile. So again, those are pieces that would be already provided. But again, updating this to be specific to your business, this may give you inspiration to do additional prompts that you might consider using over and over again. But you'll see here we even go into, I didn't show those, but we even go into HR and legal and back office, as well as sales objection handling. You can use these tools to, you don't want to maybe do any really deep legal information or legal documents, but you can use some of these foundational things. So non-disclosure, non-solicitation, these are pretty straightforward. You can use it for 3-strike policy, operating procedures. So again, there is a long list of ways that you can use AI. So when we said earlier in the presentation, start with a list of use cases. Where would you be able to use this in the system or in your workflows and systems? So from there, kind of come back and develop these out to fit your needs. Come up with additional prompts if you think those would be helpful. But this should give you a really great starting point where you can build out your own prompt library so that you have these all handy and readily available. So with that, I am going to stop sharing. Okay. We do provide a complimentary marketing audit if you're interested in finding out more about how you can use either AI in your business, or whether you want to learn about where you can apply some marketing strategy in your business to grow. I'm certainly happy to get together and talk through those things. I do not do high pressure sales. I am not going to talk you into doing business with us. If that's interesting, great. If not, I'm happy to have a good conversation. Thanks everybody for joining. If there's anything I can do, by all means, let me know. Thanks for joining. Have a great day.